Hey there, this is Loudon Gaming. Just wanted to update with this challenge, the 7-day roguelike challenge of 2025. For those that don't know about this challenge, you have 7 days to make a roguelike game. I've participated in this challenge in previous years. Uh, my Steam game, Conqueror of Time, was actually a 7-day roguelike. Um, and I know I haven't posted anything in a while, so I just thought I would just post this really quick. I'm not really too sure where I'm going to take my channel to, or what I'm going to do for my channel. Some of the content that I was trying to make was just seeming to take quite a bit of long time to do, and wasn't really getting kind of the views that um, kind of makes it justifiable for me to spend that time doing, especially since I do have some other things I'm working on. So I thought I would just maybe this week while I'm working on this, just kind of post these videos on making this challenge. Uh, so this is a rogue game, not in a traditional sense, so I'm probably not going to get rated very high for this game because it's not really a traditional kind of rogue game where you have like a grid and you're moving characters around. This is purely just a deck kind of building rogue game. Um, and right now, you're just not really seeing a whole lot of graphics with the game. It's just really in a really prototype kind of. I just want to test out mechanics, make sure things are kind of, you know, working somewhat correctly without worrying about any kind of visuals or really any feedback yet too much for the player. Just more for me to test out the mechanics to make sure that those things work correctly. So I'm going to just play the game and kind of explain what this game is going to be about. So you are a character going through a dungeon, and each maybe room or level or whatever, you're going to face an enemy, and you'll only probably face one enemy. And you're going to have, like the player, you have health, and you have coins. The enemy has health and how much damage they'll do, if how much block they will do, and how many coins you will receive for defeating them. Um, to the left are your skills. So I have the athletics skill right now. And then to your right are your actions that you can take. And then at the bottom here are the cards. So you have a deck of cards made up of card values from 1 through 8. And there are 4 suits. The suits are magic, bow, sword, shield, and that's it. So those are the different suits, and they all have values of 1 through 4. So what you're going to do to kind of attack the enemy, you want to get place certain cards to activate those an action. So you can do one action per turn. So I can either do the basic action or the basic block. Basic attack. So the basic attack requires you to play at least 2, either magic or bow or sword. So no shields to do a basic attack, and it requires at least 2. So if I do a magic and a 2 magic cards here, I could also do a sword and a magic. I can do as many of these as I want, and as long as I have 2, then it takes all of those types of cards and adds up all those values because all these would work towards the basic attack. I might change that. That might be a little bit too much. It might end up being it takes your highest 2, but I just have to kind of think about how I want to do that as I kind of go through the game a little bit more and test it out more. But as of right now, it would just add up all the values. So if I did like a magic and a magic and a shield, I could still play all these cards, but the shield would do nothing. And basically, it's a way for me to kind of discard this card if I didn't want it. Now, with the athletes, these are your skills, and basically, this skill right here just doubles the amount of your attack. Um, so if I play this right now, it would do 3 damage times 2, so it'd be 6 damage, not enough to kill him. And the shield would actually do nothing. So let me just do the basic attack so you can see how that works. So it doesn't really show much. I did get new cards. The enemy did take some damage, and I also took some damage. So the enemy took its turn after I attacked it. Then the enemy went. There's no real feedback yet from that, but it did do 1 damage to me. Now I don't have enough shields, or I would show off my shield. But if I had like 2 shield cards, I could do a basic block against it. I might have to do a something where you just like maybe do a discard. But if you do a discard, then the enemy would take its turn. So I think I'm going to probably do it like something like that. Just in case if you have no way of doing either of these basic attack or basic blocks. So let's defeat this enemy. So after you defeat an enemy, it's going to take you to a shop. So when you get to the shop, so this is the shop so far. I know it doesn't look like much, and you probably don't uh can't really tell what you're you're doing here. But I did get some coins. I got 10 coins, and I can use those coins to kind of upgrade my cards or upgrade my abilities or my actions, or I could get new skills or new actions. So this here says sword change. Uh, this will allow me to, it will randomly pick 3 cards from my deck and that are not sword cards and change them to a sword card. So there's going to be one of each of these. So there'll be like a sword change, magic, shield, and bow. So based upon kind of like how you want to improve your deck, uh, or based upon maybe the actions you have, you might want more sword cards. Uh, then this right here, these are your upgrades for your current actions. So right now, the basic attack just has a multiplier of 1. So if I click there, you can kind of see this little whoops, this little debug in the bottom corner. Maybe you can see that, but it just upgraded this to a multiplier times 2. So now when I do an attack, it would do it times 2 to those values of those cards. You can also upgrade my basic block. So upgrade just increases the multiplier for that action, and there's going to be different costs for upgrading different actions. So then this right here is where you can buy a skill. Right now, nothing's randomized because I don't have enough content to really randomize anything. So right now, I could buy a skill called Dodge, and the Dodge is basically giving you a times 2 to your blocking. Um, and then this last one here are actions that you can buy. So you can get more actions for your character. Here's a bow action. And in order to activate this bow action, you need to have 3 bow cards for it to work. And it has like a minimum damage of 10 when you use it. For now, like I said, this is just kind of like beginning stages of making this game. Doesn't have a lot of content. The bow card might not do this. But that's just what I have for now, just for testing, getting different actions and things like that. So I'll buy the dodge and I'll buy the bow, and then I click the next room. So right now it just repeats. I don't have any more enemies, so it's just this is actually a rat again. And I have 7 coins because I spent some. I now have my new skill of dodge. And I have my new action bow. Let's see. I could do my shield, which is not going to show you uh, in this example uh, how much I'm actually doing. But if I click the basic block, but actually let's look first. So I only have 2 bow cards. So maybe I want to activate this. I want some more bow cards. So I might actually click all of these. I might discard. I might play the basic block because I would just kill them anyways. Basic block. So it's going to use the 2 shield cards and then discard just all the cards I've selected. So basic block. So there, he didn't do any damage to me. And now I have another bow card. So I would do these bows. And if you see it, let's say I only pick the 2 bows, and like a sword and a magic, and I click bow. You see it's not doing anything. Now if I do the 3 bows, I click it, it should kill him because it's like 12, 13 times 2. So there we go. Killed him again. And then it brings me back to the shop. Obviously, I have to code it to where it doesn't, you don't buy the same skill that you already have, same action that you don't have already have. But you can see here, I can now upgrade the bow because that's part of my actions I have. I can still do the sword cards and do a bunch of them. Trust me, this is working. I've already tested it where I've changed my entire deck to swords. Um, wouldn't be really good for a archer. Um, look at that. I didn't even draw any swords. I think that's working. Let me do a basic block. And still no sword cards. Well, this is a bad showcase of this. Well, it was working. I don't know. I'll have to just check that again to make sure. Uh, but anyways, this is the game so far. Don't have a name for it. Maybe later this week I will, as I go further along. Now you might be thinking, well, it's 7 day. You should be able to do quite a bit programming and get a lot of this done. Um, I'm still working. I still have a full-time job, so I will be going to that job and not taking any days off for this. So I won't be able to work on this until the evenings. So it doesn't allow me to have as much time to work on it. But I feel like this game is kind of simple enough, and I should be able to at least get somewhat of a game made in the 7 days, and hopefully you'll come back and check it out. And like always, thanks for watching, and wish me luck, and I will see you next time. So long.